Um, these are the organizational attributes. I think this is a nice slide. It's also, we're doing some blog posts with this infographic, and we're also doing a lot around, this is in our white paper. These are just things, again, kind of that are attributes for your organization. And we're just more of a recap here on where maybe cloud or on-site fits in your world. Larger centralized staff and locations we see generally migrate to a more of a premise-based solution. Small offices, many offices, decentralized staff, growing rapidly, all of those things are definitely we see those people migrating more towards either our UCaaS model, our Unified Communications as a Service, where we essentially own the hardware, software, and just lease it out to the customer, or Sky, or I'm sorry, not Sky, that's short-term model, or cloud. That's generally where we'll see that type of subscription-based model. People are moving in that direction. You know, like it or not, I'm seeing a lot of larger mission-critical contact center applications that are the lifeblood of the organization. They like premise. I'm seeing a lot of people going off cloud and back to premise too. This 800-seat call center we're rolling out for our customer, they had about 400 or 500 agents on. They tried 2 cloud providers, and ultimately they decided they couldn't take that risk anymore, because when the cloud providers had outages or they had issues, and again, you're dealing with a larger organization where you're more of a number. You're not getting that boutique, high-end expertise and support specifically around call centers. That's just a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different skill set and expertise. Those people generally migrate to premise-based solutions and then deliver a lot of disaster recovery. We deliver a lot of disaster recovery and business continuity architecture around that. Also, security and regulatory, PCI compliancy, things like that. I see more people leaning towards it's so important, and the ramifications are so big. They generally have to control that. That said, also, if you go with the right cloud provider, that means that also I can just, that's the cloud provider's responsibility now. So again, it all goes back to having the right provider, because they are not created equal. I guarantee you. And if you're making it a cloud decision off of price, it's gonna hurt. Generally, 90% of the time, from what I've seen. So understanding these things are important, and we can help you navigate that stuff. Obviously, people favor a CapEx model. Well, you're not going to get a CapEx model with cloud, so you might lean more towards the premise-based solution. They want to own it. They want to depreciate it. We see, especially like down in the Bay Area, and a lot of our rapidly growing VC-based companies and things like that, a lot of that, their adage, well, I just have a cell phone, that's fine. I mean, voice isn't all that critical. We do most stuff with email anyway. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe cloud's a good solution for you if voice isn't as mission critical, and you don't really care about having as much control over that, and you just want it easy and offloaded, and you don't want to deal with it. Cloud's a great solution for that. And if you're already consuming cloud applications, that's one of the first questions we ask when we meet with a potential prospect and we're qualifying is, well, what are you doing in the cloud today? Well, everything's in the cloud. We do everything in the cloud. Okay, well then, generally that model makes a lot of sense for your organization, and you understand the ups and downs of that. And so that would be another organizational attribute that might point you in the cloud direction. Going back over to the premise or on-site columns, I apologize for jumping around here. Very special application integration needs. Okay, Inflow, we want the ability for calls to come in. We want to recognize caller ID, or we want to collect digits via DTMF. We want to do a database dip into our SQL database, and based on that information, we want to collect their account balance and their call priority, and we want to route that call a specific way and prioritize it this way, and we want to deliver to this skill set. And then when it gets to the end user, we want to pop the record and on the end user's computer that has all that information. Or, in Flow, what we want to do is we want to, we have a China office and we have kind of local China dial tone. We want to do a SIP integration to that and tie back across, whatever the case is. Premise, sometimes we have a heck of a lot more control over that kind of stuff. So obviously going back over to the cloud side, minimal or no IT staff, go cloud. That's a real great model. Because if you're on premise, you generally want to have some expertise on site for that, unless you go with a fully managed offering with your telephone system provider. Again, it goes back to knowledge. If you have a knowledgeable IT personnel that really have the skill set, premise might be a better solution for you. Zero tolerance for downtime and service interruptions. If you have zero tolerance, we just heard that, zero tolerance. You kind of lose control in the cloud model too. We've seen it. We've are near and dear to our heart is ShoreTel. We love them to pieces, but we've rolled out customers on their Sky Cloud platform, and they've had downtime. There's been downtime, not extensive, not incredible, but what's an hour of downtime or 30 minutes of downtime? Perhaps what does that mean to your business? Absolutely zero tolerance for that. We just lost $50,000, $100,000 in margin or revenue. Okay, and well, let's design something a bit more robust that we can control the carrier relationships, we can control the network relationships, we can leverage data centers, and call processing redundancy, etc. So getting down to the end of the list here, again, this ties back into application integration and zero tolerance for downtime. Just more complex communication requirements is generally more of a premise play. So then you have knowledgeable IT personnel, you have some staff, you have more control over that. Whereas if it's less complex, not much on the application, I just want a phone, and if it doesn't work for 30 minutes, I use my cell phone. It's okay. I just have like remote mortgage loan officers that we're rolling out, we're putting offices up all over the country. Then maybe cloud's more fit for you. Less complex, then perhaps cloud is a better fit for you. So